Yes! What's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here for another video right here on Killer O Demon 669. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down there. You know where. Down below. Subscribe to my other channels. Links in the description. And share this video on Google Plus and everywhere else on the internet. And thank you for all your support. Alright. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday night. September the 16th, 2014. And I know it's a little late, but it is time for your late, out of date, Monday night, boring, Raw review for September the 15th, 2014. The go-home show before Night of Champions this Sunday on the WWE Network for a low price of $9.99. Anyway, this Raw sucked. Another week, another crappy Raw. For the fourth week in a row. This is like the last month of Raw sucked. It was horrible. You know, they had no script. Like 3 hours before the show, they had no script. So I guess they went on the fly. I mean, this show was so discombobulated. It just sucked. And it's a go-home show. And you're trying to hype the pay-per-view. You're trying to hype get more subscribers for the fucking boring-ass fuck network. That's a piece of shit, by the way. And you put out 4 weeks of boring bullshit. And you're gonna get more subscribers? Yeah, right. But like I said, this Raw was boring. I mean, it started off okay, and then it just got progressively worse until about 10 o'clock. Horrible. So it starts off with, "My name is Paul Heyman." So Paul Heyman comes to the ring. He says he's going to give us, the fans, a preview of what's going to happen at Night of Champions this Sunday. And he says he's going to introduce John Cena. So all the kids are going to go, "Yay, John Cena! He's my hero! I like to suck his cock!" Yeah, all the 4-year-olds sucking Cena's cock. Well, as Sean's view was like, "Cock!" Well, fuck Sean's view too. Then he says he's going to introduce Brock Lesnar. And he's going to come down. And he says that Brock will give the fans more to boo about than at Night of Champions. And he mentions that if the beating that Brock gave Cena at SummerSlam was vicious, and he's about to finish his sentence, then John Cena comes out with his lame freaking music and his lame red shirt and his black shorts. And he comes out to a massive boo, massive heat. Oh, in the cage, you know, and nobody likes nobody likes Cena in the cage, you know. So Cena gets in the ring. He says he doesn't see Brock and wants to know. Was like, "Well, I don't see Brock. Where is he?" You know, and then he says, "Well, where is, you know, a relative term? You know, it's a nice little word." And then Cena's like, "Well, I'm ready for a fight with Lesnar or with Heyman." So Heyman asks if Cena wants it. "Do you want this?" And hypes the stupid network prize and says he could get his ass kicked, but Cena came to Cajun Country for a fight for free. So then Heyman says that Brock will come out right now. So Cena turns around like a dick, and everybody's like, "Oh, Brock's gonna come out." Right? And Heyman was like, "Heh, fooled you!" And then he says, "Oh, you're good. You're good, Con. You're good, John. You're real stupid." And he says that Brock flies on a private plane because he doesn't like anybody, especially Cena. I didn't know that. Okay. He says that, you know, like all planes, they have delays, and Brock is delayed on his way to the arena. And he's like, well, I knew that I knew that you would know that Brock wasn't here yet because he doesn't want to fight him at Night of Champions and knew of his title chances. Then he plays in character to the best of his ability and applauds him. I mean, Cena. Then Cena grabs Heyman by his little jacket, and he says he thinks he's full of shit. I mean, crap. And he says that he knows last week he gave Heyman a warning to produce Brock and get ready for a fight. So he's like, okay, I'm going to give you one last warning. If you don't produce Brock in 80 minutes or so, meaning by halftime, which really is 2 hours, dumbass. You look like Cena can't add. Heyman's going to get his ass kicked, and he's not going to wait till the end of Raw to do it. So Heyman says, well, I will tell you when Brock arrives. So he begins to leave, and Cena, comes around the ring, and he blocks his way like an idiot. So Cena says, well, I don't trust you. And he says the fans want to fight, and he's going to make sure they get one. Then he grabs Heyman and puts him in that stupid headlock. Looks like he's about to give him a noogie. And brings him to the back. Fucking lame. So fucking horrible. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really like it. I mean, all you gotta do is just have Heyman go to the back, and then, somehow that can work out, but we don't know. So we get a recap of Randy Orton taking on Roman Reigns from last week, and the Authorities beat down in the cage on Roman Reigns when Seth Rollins curb stomped him right on the chair inside the cage. So we're going to see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns tonight. Not at Night of Champions when we're going to have it anyway, but we're going to have it tonight. So what's the point of having this match tonight, and then you have it at Night of Champions? What the fuck? Who books this shit? Was Vince Russo at the arena? Jesus Christ. I mean, the booking team needs to book better. And the creative team is not being creative. Being creative. Because they're all a bunch of fucking soap opera douchebags that don't even know a storyline from the WWE fucking sucks. I mean, it is just pointless with these fucking storylines. Who writes this shit? I know, I've been a fan of the WWE since WrestleMania 1, since 1984, 85. And I've seen, the good days of WWE, I've seen the bad days of WWE back before the Attitude Era. During the Ruthless Aggression era, it was good. And then you get to the PG era, they had good moments and bad moments, but now it just fucking sucks. I mean, come on. I could do a fucking better job than these fucking nerds. Get all this fucking PG era bullshit. Bring back the Attitude Era. Bring back blood, sex, violence, hot lesbian action. Just bring back wrestling. Not this sports entertainment bullshit. Jesus Christ. So, that's it. I'm done ranting. I'll do more ranting. I'm going to do a video about how to fix Raw and SmackDown probably at the end of this week or probably early next week. Because I got a lot of things that I know that I can fix Raw and SmackDown. And maybe, that's it. So, like I said, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns tonight. Which, we get it for free instead of getting it for $9.99 on the network on Sunday. Which is stupid. I don't know how. I'll get to that later. So, we find out on the WWE app, they're promoting that shit now too, that we see Cena bringing Heyman to his dressing room, and he locks him in there, and then he asks, the Great Khali, not to let Heyman out. So, excuse me. So, Great Khali is just standing there, looking like Galzum from Street Fighter. I will not let you out. You'll get flame! Stupid. So, finally we get to the first match of the night. Chris Jericho taking on Corporate Kane. And actually, this match wasn't that bad. I mean, lots of false finishes. And, back and forth action. It was damn freaking good. That's all I gotta say. Kane started off in control. Jericho comes back, sends Kane over the top rope. Then he hits a springboard dropkick on the apron. Then he hits a nice dive to the outside. And then Kane comes back with a press slam. Then he throws Jericho outside. But he missed the charge in the corner. Jericho hits a drop kick, but Kane came back with a shoulder block. Then some hard right hands. And hits a slide slam for 2.5. And he goes for the clothesline off the top rope, but Jericho drops his Kane in the arm. Ouch. So Jericho makes a nice comeback, hits an axe handle off the top rope. Then he goes for the 10 punches. Only gets 9, but Kane hits Snake Eyes on the turnbuckle. Then he exposes the corner turnbuckle. And we got steel! You know. And during the match, I was watching Mike Chioda. You know. And it looked like Jericho had blood on his arm. Like right around where he has a tattoo on his, I think it was his right or left arm. And I see Mike Chioda putting on, you know, gloves. Because, you know, oh, we can't have blood blood on blood, you know, because we'll get AIDS. You know. So, he had him on for like a while. And then, at the end of the match, I didn't even see him have the gloves on. I was like, what the fuck? You know? But, anyway, I mean, it distracted me a little bit, but whatever. So, we get near the end of the match. Kane goes for a tombstone power driver, but Jericho counted out of it into a bulldog. He hits the lion salt, but Kane grabbed him by the throat. Goes for the choke slam. Jericho countered it, and he was near the corner, and then Kane tried to squash him in the corner, but Jericho hit a drop toe hold into the exposed turnbuckle, rolls up Kane with a 1978 schoolboy for the win. So, I mean, I know it's nice to Jericho to win for once, you know, in his, hype for his match with Randy Orton, Night of Champions. So he gets the win, he gets some momentum going. The match itself was pretty decent. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, there we see Heyman in Cena's locker room. He's on the phone with Brock. And it looks like Brock hung up on him, because like, Brock! You know, it looked like Brock hung up on him. So, we'll see if Brock can make it to the arena. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a recap from SmackDown with the International Arm Wrestling Challenge with Mark Henry and Alexander Rusev. Where, I'm not going to say that yet. Where the ravishing Russian, Lana, threw powder in the eyes of Henry. Was it Johnson's baby powder? Whatever. Powder in the face of Henry as Henry was about to make Rusev lose, you know, put him down for the win. And Rusev beat the living crap out of him. So we find out that Henry's going to rally America tonight. And then we hear from some athletes like Charles Austin. And they're like, come on, Mark, we're behind you, dude! Beat that Russian! Yeah. So, later on we'll get more into this, but whatever. This was what it was. Alright, then we go to the back with Renee Young and Roman Reigns, who cuts another boring promo. And he says he was part of the greatest faction in history. And the NWO? No. The Shield of Injustice. We all know that. Until Seth turned his back on them. And he says now he faces Rollins one-on-one. And last week he almost ended his career. So he says he walks alone now and says Seth had a plan, but he's going to get punched in the mouth tonight, well, later on, and says he will beat Seth, and we got to believe that. I mean, Roman Reigns needs mic work. I'm sorry. I have to agree with WJ on this one. Roman Reigns' promos will suck. But anyway, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get to match number 2. Jack Swagger taking on Bo Dallas. And if you don't like Bo, you don't believe! So, this match was alright. It was a pretty back-and-forth match. Bo was in control for most of the match. Jack Swagger tried to go for the Swagger Bomb, but Bo rolled out to the apron, and he almost cheated with the roll-up with the tights to get the win. But he only got 2. Then he tries to counter Swagger's charge in the corner, but Swagger grabs his boot, tries locking a Patriot lock. Bo came back with a roll-up, but Swagger rolled him up, and you notice Bo went, I'm going to go over, and locked in the Patriot lock, and Bo tapped out. What are you going to do? So, excuse me, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It was an okay match. So then we get more hype for the stupid network, and then we find out that AJ and Brie will team up against Nikki and Paige in the next match. But first, we get a recap of the Jerry Springer Bellows intervention segment last week, which was boring and pointless. Then we get to match number 3, Divas Tag Match, AJ and Brie taking on Nikki and Paige. This match was, I didn't like it that much. Basically, AJ was there and did nothing. She just stood there looking pretty with that ass, you know? And then, Nikki comes in, knocks her off the apron as, you know, they were basically beating the crap out of Brie. Paige hits the rampage on her, gets the pin for her team. So, that was it. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Then Nikki comes in, picks her up in a torture rack, hits shock treatment on Brie. So, you know, something's going to happen at Night of Champions. Probably Brie's going to cost Nikki the Divas title. I'm thinking AJ is going to win it back, but maybe Paige will retain. Whatever. The Divas title is just useless now. I'm sorry. So, while that's going on, Paige starts skipping around the ring. Yay, look at me, I'm the Divas champ. Yay! And then AJ starts doing the same freaking thing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, it's AJ playing mind games. And then every time that Paige stopped, she stopped and then smiled. Baby, I see a Punk's wife. You know, it was just, I don't know. I mean, with this whole 3-way is, no hype, basically, except for the freaking Bella sluts. You know, AJ's playing her mind games with Paige. I really don't care who wins this match. I really don't. For the Divas title. I really don't care. Because eventually Brie's going to get it from probably Nikki anyway. Who cares? That's it. So, we got a recap. Another recap from SmackDown with the 8-man tag team match between the Big Slow and Mark Henry and the Usos taking on the Wyatt family, Rowan Harper and Gold Stardust. So that leads to a promo from Bray Wyatt, and he's talking about how can he topple a giant like the Big Show. So he's got a match with him coming up, and he says all he has to do is fix it. He has to fix everything, and he will beat the Big Show, and that we have to follow the buzzard. So that was it. Just another creepy Bray Wyatt promo. And that was it. So after that, we see Heyman still in Cena's locker room. As we go to commercial, we come back. Khali's still guarding the door. So Heyman comes out, and Khali's like, just stays there. And Heyman just like introduces himself to the great Khali, like Khali like knows English. So he says, "Well, I'm gonna go over there. I'm just gonna make a phone call to Brock, and before Cena kicks my ass." And he tells Khali that he's gonna go over there. And then Khali grabs Heyman's iPhone, smashes it on the ground, and Heyman's like, "That was my phone!" Like a lot of people saying it was a fake phone. I don't know, whatever. And then Khali picks up the freaking battery. It was the battery. And he goes, "Hello? Would you like a squishy? Yeah?" I'm like, what the fuck, man? Who writes this shit, like I said? Then Khali's like, "Get back in the room." Fucking lame segment. Lame. I gave it 1 out of 5. That was horrible. Alright, then we get to match number 4, Big Show taking on Bray Wyatt. This match wasn't that great. Big Show was beating on Bray Wyatt for a while. Then Bray Wyatt makes a comeback, and he clips Big Show's knees, takes him down, hits a short DDT for a near fall. Then the Big Show comes back with a side slam, and then Bray tried to go for a top rope move, but Big Show hits a choke slam, looks for the win, but Harper and Rowan come in, causing a DQ, which sucks. So I give the match 3 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Big Show hits a double choke slam on Rowan and Harper, and Bray Wyatt's in his chair. So I guess we're going to see Bray Wyatt and Big Show at Night of Champions. I don't know. I really wish they pushed Bray Wyatt to like the main event and to the world title. Come on. Big Show? Really? Okay. Alright, from there we go to match number 5, the Usos and Sheamus fella, the United States Champion, taking on Cesaro and Gold Stardust. This match was pretty decent. It had a nice finish. really wild match. Everybody was going at it. Cesaro actually, did the the clubbing blows. I think it was onto who was it? I think it was I think it was Jimmy Uso. So he did it about 9 times. So then Jimmy takes out Goldust with the butt splash. Cody comes in, hits the disaster kick, sends him to the outside. And then Cesaro comes in, and Jimmy comes back strong. He gets a hot tag to Sheamus, who just goes berserk. He's like, "Oh, I'm an Irishman!" He takes out Cody Rhodes. He gives Cesaro the clubbing blows, but Stardust almost steals the win with a roll-up. So then Sheamus takes out Cody and Cesaro with a dive to the outside. A dive, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've ever seen Sheamus dive off the top rope like I saw him. Crazy. He's a house of fire! My God is on fire! So then Cody comes back in. He misses the disaster kick. Sheamus hits the bro kick, but Cesaro got a blind tag. He comes in, hits the neutralizer. I thought that was it, but he only gets 2. So Sheamus comes in, he tags in Jey Uso. And Jey runs the ropes. He does a flying Uso on both members of Goldust and Stardust. And then they come back in the ring, and hit the double Superfly splash on Cesaro for the win. So, they get a little hype going into their tag title defense against Gold Stardust. I hope they win. And then the Ascension kicks their ass next Monday night. That's all I gotta say about that. And I heard something that the Ascension were backstage last night. Why didn't you use them? They advertised Tyler Breeze, the NXT champion Adrian Neville, and Sami Zayn. They were supposed to have a match on Raw last night. Where were they? Like I said, the script was written like 3 hours before the show. I don't know. Stupid. But, like I said, the match had a nice finish, so I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get another recap of Seth Rollins taking out Dean Ambrose. Well, we get a recap of Seth Rollins taking out Dean Ambrose on the Cinderblocks last month. And that's what Dean Ambrose has been out for a month, filming his stupid movie. And he's most likely going to be at Night of Champions to cost Seth this match. And they're going to go into Hell in a Cell. They're going to have a Hell in a Cell match, and hopefully it ends a feud. So that's it. Then we see some clips from Mark Henry from back in the day when he was known when he first became the world's strongest man. Some stuff from the Olympics when he's weightlifting and other stuff. So after that, we see Renee Young again with Randy Orton. So we see a video of the attack on Jericho in the trainer's room last week, and Orton's like, "Well, it's the season premiere." So Renee asks him why he did it, and Orton's like, "Well, why wouldn't I do it? I'm Randy Orton, bitch." So he mentions Jericho saying that Orton got everything handed to him. So he says that Jericho has to work extra hard to get the same thing. We had to. Then he says Jericho will get handed the beating of his life at Night of Champions. So a little bit of more hype going into that match at the pay-per-view. I hope Orton wins, and that's all I got to say about that. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see Cully still standing by Cena's locker room. So we go to commercial, we come back. Cena comes into the scene. He drags Heyman out of his locker room. Like, "It's time, Paul!" So he drags Heyman to the ring, and Heyman's big was like, "Oh, come on, John, stop it!" And he gets on the mic and says, "Now it's time to watch Heyman get his ass kicked." And Heyman tries to escape as Cena was talking, but Cena grabbed him by the pants and dragged him back in. And he says Heyman will make, Heyman's gonna be a magician. He's gonna make Brock appear out of thin air, or else Cena's gonna make him disappear. God. So Heyman gets on the mic and says, "Hustle, loyalty, respect is all a lie." Yes, it is. And he mentions telling Cena to take his aggression out on the fans, but Cena's never gonna pull the trigger. He's never gonna turn heel, and he has to become the Beast to beat the Beast. And he is the one to bring, and Heyman is the one to bring the hatred out of him. I hope he's not. So, meaning Cena turns heel and joins with Paul Heyman. That'll suck. Then he says that Cena's not gonna, that Cena won't hit him because he will become a bully, and nobody likes a bully. Like Ryback used to say. Fuck Ryback, by the way. Then he says that Cena's hatred for him will make the Beast come out, and if he lets all this aggression out, he's going to win the title at Night of Champions. And this could be an all-new Cena. And Steen's calling me, stop it. So he dares Cena to hit him. Come on, John, hit me, you son of a bitch! You know, and he says Brock took everything away from Cena. Wow. And he says that his parents raised him better than that, and the code was hustle, loyalty, respect, which was going to derail him. Yeah, it did. And he says that Cena's going to fail on Sunday and will never be the world champ, the WWE champion or the unified champion again. So he tells Cena that he can't beat Brock, and then Cena says that Heyman's face needs to be rearranged, and he's the scum of the earth and a waste of energy. And then Heyman continues like, come on, John, hit me, do it, and become a Paul Heyman guy. Oh boy, and the fans are like, yes, yes, yes. I'm like, what are you fans thinking? Okay, but anyway, then Cena's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And he says he's sorry because he planned this whole thing out so Heyman can produce Brock so he can be ready for Sunday. Then he starts bashing Heyman and he says he doesn't deserve to dirty his hands on him. So Heyman starts laughing. So he's like, well, you know, your mother would be really proud of you if you had any testicles. I was like, oh, shit! That's fat words. So Cena comes back, decks Paul Heyman, sends him to the outside, and he goes, don't you be talking about my mama! And then right after that, Brock Lesnar comes out with the WWE title belt around his waist. So he comes around the ring, and Cena's ready for a fight. He picks up Paul Heyman, and they start leaving and then going back up the ramp. But then Brock's like, wait a minute. He starts heading to the ring. And he takes off the world title. And he's like, he puts it over his shoulder like, nah. And then he stops again. And he starts playing mind games with Cena. Cena's like, come on already! So he gives Heyman the belt. And he's like, he does his thing. And he jumps up on the apron. And then he gets to the ring. And then we have a piercing brawl! So they start going at it. Brock Brock has the advantage, hits a wicked fucking German suplex on Cena. That's number 17, if you were counting at home. So he pushes Cena to the outside, and he's like, heh, I got the last laugh. So he's going to leave, and Cena comes back inside with his super Cena strength, and they start going at it again, and Cena's beating the crap out of Brock all over, like, you know, he throws him into the apron near the post, and then he starts beating on him. And at one point, looked like Brock might have a broken nose. So security and agents and referees come out to stop this whole mess. And that was it. So it was actually good. I was actually excited for the whole thing. You know, with Heyman, you know, talking about his mom, seeing his mom, and all this shit. It was pretty fun. So that was actually the saving grace for Raw right there. That was the saving grace. Right there, from utter destruction, and that right there, that was a great promo, and just, like I said, it saved Raw. That was a segment that saved Raw basically from getting at least like a 2 out of 5. It saved it. So I gave the segment 4.25 out of 5 stars. Then from there we get the shit match of the night: Cameron taking on Naomi. Botchamania lives again. You know, this match was so horrible. I'm like, I don't know why Cameron's still employed by the WWE. I mean, my God, there's memes on Facebook where she does the split, not the split-legged moonsault. She does a split with her, like, grabs her foot, does a split, boom, right onto Naomi's back, and she's like, can it rip? Can it rip? And I'm like, you stupid bitch! She's on her stomach! And the ref's like, I'm looking to count. And then he counts her when she realizes, oh, I'm a stupid bitch, and he rolls over. I mean, please, can they freaking release Cameron and bring up, like, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, women that can actually somewhat kind of wrestle? And get rid of, like, these whores that can't wrestle, like Cameron, like, well, you know, I would say Summer Rae because she can't wrestle, but she's good to look at. Rosa Mendez, though she's good to look at too. I mean, these bitches who can't wrestle, get them out. All they are eye candy, and that's it. Get them out. Bring some women up that can wrestle. That's it. Because they got nobody besides AJ, besides Paige, besides Natalya. And I would say Tamina Snuka, but she's hurt. I don't know where she's been. You know? Bring some women in that can wrestle. I don't care if you have to go to the Indies and get maybe Candice LeRae. You know, go to Shimmer, go to Chikara, go to WSU. I mean, come on. There's so much talented women's wrestling out there that is just waiting to be tapped. Not that kind of tapped. But you know what I mean. I mean, come on. So this match was fucking horrible. Naomi wins with a wicked-looking submission. It looked like a freaking Indian deathlock. I don't know what it was. But she gets the win. The match itself sucked. I gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. It fucking sucked. Then we get the match number 7. The Miz and his stunt double, Damien Sandow, taking on the team of R. Ziggler, R-Truth, and Dolph Ziggler. Oh my, I can't believe they were a tag team. Oh god. This match was meh. Dolph Ziggler gets the win for his team with the zigzag after some miscommunication between Sandow and The Miz. And that was it. Not even much hype for The Miz and Dolph Ziggler's Intercontinental title match. I hope Dolph wins with the help of R-Truth. You know, that's probably going to happen anyway. Let me see what Steen wants before I continue. Yes, Steen, what do you want? Okay. He's saying he's having a great time in NXT. That's nice. So, anyway, like I said, I gave that match 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the back with Tom Phillips with Seth Rollins. And we see the beatdown again of Reigns from inside the cage last week. And he asks if Roman will suffer the same fate tonight. And Seth's like, duh! So he praises Reigns a little bit, saying he's nothing without Seth. And he talks about Reigns being Seth until his knuckles bleed. And he calls him a Neanderthal. Then he mocks Seth like a monkey. Said, I'm Roman Reigns. You know? It was pretty funny. So he says Roman is part Samoan, part Rhino. He says, just like a Rhino, he's not that smart. He says brains over brawn wins every single time. And he made Reigns. And he was responsible for everything that Reigns got, you know, tag team titles back then. And he's going to take it all away from him. And he said that he's a future world champion if he ever cashes it in. And he's the future of the WWE, which is a lie because it's Kenta, Prince Devitt, and Kevin Steen. That is it. So, and he says, believe that. So, it was an okay promo. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So we get to the main event. Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins. This match was good. This match was good. That and the Cena Heyman Brock segment, the 2 highlights from Raw. That was it. This match was great. You know, they fight on the outside. Reigns said Seth way over the announce table. Sucks they didn't hit Michael Cole. Damn! So close. So Seth takes control during the break on WWE app. He tries for a suplex. Roman hits one of his own, and Roman starts building momentum. He tries for a running dropkick on the apron, but actually missed this time. Wow! So then Seth hits a suicide dive to the outside, which is pretty nice. And Roman comes back, and he gets a very near fall. He hits the running dropkick this time. Then he hits the Superman punch. And he goes for the spear. Seth leapfrogged him, and then he hits a short super kick for a 2.5. Like I said, this match was very good. He goes for a superplex attempt, but Roman countered out of it. Seth tried for the double underhook suplex. Roman tries for something. Seth countered into a buckle bomb for 2.5. And then he starts talking trash, and he gets headbutted by Roman Reigns. Seth comes back with kicks. He misses the curve stomp. Roman hits the spear for the win. So it was a great match. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that was great. So we get a recap of the Arm Wrestling Challenge from SmackDown again. Then we get a recap of the Heyman, Sam, Brock segment, which was great. Then we find out that on the pre-show, we got Christian's Peep Show with Jericho as his guest. Boring! Alright, then we get to the final segment of Raw. I don't know why this was at the end. It should have been in the middle. I don't know why. Mark Henry rallies America, so Cole introduces him to not even a pop. He get nothing. Then he asks Mark about Lana and Rusev mocking the USA and how he feels about it. So Mark says he's pissed off and talks about withdrawing from the '96 Olympics because of the injury. And he says he's got a second chance. And then pulls Cole next to him and is like, don't be afraid, Cole. I'm not Heinrich. You know, that was pretty funny. And he says he's going to shut both Lana and Rusev up at the pay-per-view. Not going to happen. And he promises the fans that he can't let them down. No. Then Cole talks about social media has been on fire, saying Henry's a different man now. But Lana continues to disparage USA on Twitter, saying the USA has no freedom of speech, and the US is crumbling before us, and calls the US hypocrites. So Henry says that Lana wouldn't say that in America because she lives in Russia, though she lives in Florida, actually, and wouldn't afford to be there. So Lana and Alexander Rusev come out. Rusev smash Lana pussy, yeah! You were waiting for it, ladies and gentlemen. So Lana tells him to shut up! So Mark's like, well, why don't you send Rusev down to the ring and make me shut up? Oh, fight words. So Lana says Henry speaks about propaganda, and in Russia they subscribe to the facts, and says USA's intelligence is failing like Obama's approval rating. Ouch! Oh, that was mean. So they show some footage of the facts, and, you know, I don't know what... they were going to show them, but I don't know what they showed, but I missed it. So she says Henry forgot to mention that he was in the 92 games, because he failed there as well, and Russia prevailed. Yeah, we know. And then she wants the fans to stand up and praise Alexander Kurovich, who beat Mark Henry in 1992. And we see a picture of him. And it says Henry's confidence was shattered in 92 when he fell to the Russians and withdrew in 96 because of injury. So Lana says Henry knows he reeks with inferiority compared to Russia's greatest athlete. Then she says Obama cowers in fear of Vladimir Putin. Yeah! So we see his ugly mold on the Titantron. He says history is going to repeat itself at Night of Champions when Mark Henry loses to Rusev, which is going to happen. And then Henry's like, well, I'm going to recite a pledge. Then he recites the Pledge of Allegiance with the fans, blah, blah, blah. And then Rusev comes in, they start going at it. And Rusev tries to go on, I forgot what I wrote. But he misses a charge in the corner, and Henry takes Rusev down. The fans going nuts. Then Rusev comes back with a big super kick. Then he turns to Lana, and Lana goes, crush! So Rusev locks in the accolade, but he kind of didn't get it all the way in. And Henry just sat up, broke free, and hit a sit-out powerbomb. Wow. So then he throws Rusev out of the ring. Then he gets one of the U.S. flags that was on the turnbuckle, and he starts waving the flag to end Raw. That was pretty nice. I mean, it was good, kind of good hype for the match. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. But like I said, this Raw fucking sucked. The Reigns Rollins match was great. The Cena Heyman Brock segment, awesome. The Henry thing at the end with Rusev was okay. It kind of, you know, wasn't needed at the end, but I think the Reigns Seth Rollins match should have ended the show. Like I said, I mean, who books this shit? I mean, really, come on. But I didn't like the show at all. I mean, I gave it 5.5 out of 10 stars. I originally gave it 6, but now I had to, you know, think about it, and I gave it 5.5 out of 10. And I might be a little bit gracious to the WWE, but another week, another crappy Raw. I mean, it started off crappy. The Cena Heyman Brock segment saved it, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns saved it, and maybe the Rusev Mark Henry thing saved it. That was it. But this is not the way to hype a pay-per-view. Not a good way. And I think there's going to be heads rolling soon. You know, I haven't seen the SmackDown spoilers. I really don't care because I don't watch SmackDown on Friday. But I'm hoping that Night of Champions delivers and it's a good pay-per-view, but we'll see. So, thank you all for watching this video. I'm going to be eating dinner in a little bit, so let me know what you guys thought of Raw last night in a comment, or you can do a video reply if you wish. Subscribe to this channel, my other channels, down in the description box. Start sending in questions for Q&A number 11. You can put 3 questions down in the comment box, or you can leave me a comment on Q&A number 10. I'll be doing that tomorrow on TheMetalGod669. Not tomorrow, I mean Thursday, because tomorrow I got the TNA review, so I got back-to-back videos on this channel, which is nice. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you. So that's pretty much it. And Night of Champions predictions coming on TGC 85 on Saturday. So lots of videos coming, ladies and gentlemen. Spread them like wildfire all over the internet. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button to death, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching this video. I'm Peter Gilmore. I'm signing off for Killer Demon 669. Raw sucked. Thank you everybody for watching. Peace.